I even have them for my babies over here as well. Shout out to anyone out there who know that I hatched out some amazing, beautiful looking emerald tree boas, but that's for another vlog anyways. But yeah, shout out to Focus Cube. What's up everybody, your boy MJ back at it with another MorphMarket vlog. I thought on this vlog I could actually show you guys how simple and easy it is to keep a green tree python from a baby stage all the way to an adult stage. Let's get right into it. Before we get into it, do me a favor, if this is your first time watching the MorphMarket vlog, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. You'll be notified about both vlogs that happen here every week on the MorphMarket YouTube channel. Thank you for all the love and support. To all my fellow MorphMarket lovers and users out there. Okay guys, so on this side of my room, this is where I keep all my baby green tree pythons. I don't have much babies that I'm raising up currently. They are already in their subadults from the ones that I produced last year's, but I do have a couple smaller ones that are still in the hatching racks. I will recommend anything that is just born green tree python wise all the way to anywhere from about 6 to 10 months. So we look at one of my smaller green tree pythons that I'm keeping here in the baby rack. Now this is a pure locality BIAC green tree python that I produced last year, and it is sitting in a 6-quart rack made by Sea Serpents. Very, very simple setup. I use a damp paper towel, an 8-ounce deli cup with fresh water, and that's daily fresh water. So every day this little baby gets fresh water. Is sitting at 84 degrees on the warm side, about 80 on the cooler side. So I want to shoot from anywhere from 80 to 84 when it comes to raising this baby green tree python. Again, these green tree pythons could stay in a rack like this for, I would say, up to 6 months, up to 10 months. But that would be my recommendation for a baby green tree python. Once they are ready to go to that next stage, so this is where I have a lot of my juveniles to subadult green tree pythons. This is the stage before they hit their either final adult stage or either more raise up. It all depends if it's a male or female, but here is another production of mine from last year. Another pure locality green tree python that I produced. The size of this tub is a 15-quart tub. These perches are made by David Brahms over at the Reptile Perch. I will put the link in the description below in case anyone out there needs to get perches. He definitely is one of the best doing it when it comes to getting perches for your boreal snake. He makes anywhere from baby, subadult, and adult perches. Real simple setup. And right next to this one is its sibling. But even paper towel still, fresh water, Reptile Perch design perches. Now they can even stay in here for, I will say, even up to another year and a half. Now, for instance, here's one that's a little bit older than the ones I just showed you. Produced my buddy Doug over at Voodoo Pythons. First production of mine of last year, who's about 6 months older than the holdbacks I just showed you recently. But this is Fish. Fish just hit a year old green tree python, still fitting very comfortably in a 15-quart tub. Yes guys, so the juvenile subadult rack, okay, I will say if I have a female and I want to give her more space, the setup I go with as a raise up for a female. From, just a really cool look at it, it's a high yellow right there. But this raise up female will go from this Cambro rack over to this wall where I keep all my adult green tree pythons and emerald tree boas, which we'll look at that after we're done looking at how I keep my subadults that are currently my females who will be going into eventually a 3x2x2. So why don't we pull, it looks like this one just had a shed. So why don't we pull this one down? All right guys, so here's one of my designer females that I have raising up. There you go, fresh water, fresh puppy pad, gonna put her back. Now I will say, in case any of you guys are wondering, even in that rack system, I like to shoot for maybe 83, 84. I will say primarily I like to run even ambient heating in this room, and I like to shoot for about 82, 83, depending on the species, in all these enclosures on this side of the room, okay? I'd like to just give a quick shout out to Focus Cube Habitats for making this awesome Cambro rack system. I even have them for my babies over here as well. Shout out to anyone out there who know that I hatched out some amazing, beautiful looking emerald tree boas, but that's for another vlog anyways. But yeah, shout out to Focus Cube. Now to wrap this vlog up, I'll go ahead and show you what I put my adult green tree pythons in. Just as easy as a setup, just a bigger enclosure. So why don't we check out one of my gravid female green tree pythons who's due to lay in the next couple weeks or so, and see how I have her set up in her forever enclosure. So yeah guys, so in case anyone who didn't hear what I said earlier, this entire wall are 3 foot by 2 foot by 2 foot enclosures built by Focus Cube Habitats. Okay, so here is one of my gravid green tree pythons. Don't want to disturb her too much, but here she is getting her basking in. That's a 40-watt heat panel, not turned up all the way. I have a pothos plant that is elevated and securely drilled into the back wall there. Purchased by the Reptile Perch. Elevated water dish, and there's a water dish on the floor. Humidity in this enclosure, I like to shoot for mid-80s consistently. You know, at nighttime in the morning, it might drop down to 70s, which is fine, but I like to shoot anywhere from 80 to 85 when it comes to daytime humidity levels. Inside here as well, I normally don't turn this panel on, but because she's gravid, I like to shoot for 85 degrees currently with a gravid female. But for instance, if we were to look at a green tree python that isn't gravid, for instance, if we check out this monocory female here, her panel's not even on because I shoot for any green tree python adult female that's not gravid for 82, 83 degrees on the warmest side of the enclosure. And again, I'm touching the panel right now and the panel's not even on. So yeah, that's basically how I like to do my husbandry for my green tree pythons. And these are the ideal enclosure size, I feel like, for a green tree python, 3x2x2. Of course, you could go bigger. I mean, you could go as big as you want, but for me, this is what I feel like is the most ideal, and I have the most success keeping green tree pythons in a system like this. Again, you could put substrate, you could put a nice little waterfall if you like, do whatever you like, but I feel like when it comes to green tree pythons, the more simple, the more enjoyable it is keeping this species. Yeah, guys, that's that. Let's drop a comment below. If you have any questions, if you feel like I need to dive further on how to keep green tree pythons, let me know when I will do a part 2 to this. But I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. Let you guys go. Please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. That's all we have for this Sunday vlog. I'll catch you next week for the next one. Peace.